Hey, LG Legacy Project. Okay, so we're going to have a conversation today. We got a letter, we had multiple letters today about how I feel about social media and young people being on social media and where we stood with that, okay? I think that life has changed a lot since I was a child. I think that life has changed a lot since, people who are 20 were children. That's how the world is. Life changes, the world changes. We have to learn to deal with that. We have to learn to roll with the punches. I think that sometimes people are different behind the camera than they are in real life. I think that we can create somebody else sometimes when we're typing in who we are. We can put a filter over our face. We can change a lot of things. We can be somebody else. Okay? I don't think any of those things are positive. Nothing, because it's not about real life. Okay? What do you got? What do you girls have for social media? JC, what kind of social media do you have?
I do have social media. I have an Instagram, I have a Snapchat, and I do use them, but I use them responsibly.
Okay. Macy, what do you have for your?
I have an Instagram, Snapchat, and I have a Facebook, but I don't ever get on Facebook.
Okay, and Macy, you're 13.
Yes, sir.
And JC, you're 12.
Just
You're 13 also?
now.
All right, everybody's 13. Big 13-year-old club. Okay, so one thing that we all learn in life, especially if you're in the public eye, is that there's always somebody that is watching you. And it is scary. It is scary, and it's creepy, and it's weird, and it's the way it is. And the one thing that is human nature is people to judge. People are going to judge you if you're on social media. Especially if you put something on social media. It's no longer, when you post something and you put yourself out there, it's no longer your private business anymore. Social media was designed to eliminate your private business. Okay? That's the whole point. So, as young women, not just as young trainers and horsewomen, but as young women, you have to be very mindful of what you're doing. What you're posting and what it says about yourself, because it never goes away once you post that stuff on there. So if you put crap on the internet, crap is going to haunt you. That's just the way that it is. You always have to think about somebody watching if you're in the public eye. I haven't picked my nose in 22 years because there's always somebody watching. It's reality. It's just part of it. No matter how nice you are, or sweet you are, or pretty you are, or well-dressed you are, there's going to be somebody say something nasty. They will say something nasty to you. And there are millions of ways you can handle that when somebody says something, or attacks you, or bullies you, or does anything else online, okay? You know my favorite way to handle a bully online, or nastiness online, or on any type of social media? Delete. Followed by block. Move on. We don't get involved in negative ugliness. We don't drag ugly energy with us. We don't put ugly energy out. We don't accept ugly energy back in. We're not going to live like that. We have too much stuff to do. That's not how we live. It's not who we are. What we are going to do is understand that as role models, whether we want to be a role model or we don't want to be a role model, when you're in the public eye, you are. And that can be a heavy burden to be a role model. But it can also be the biggest gift that you'll ever get. Because how many people get to be a spokesperson for a generation? And don't you want to be somebody that you're proud of? That you're going to be proud of in 10 years or 20 years? Don't you want to present yourself in a way that God or the Great Spirit or Allah or whatever religion you believe in, you can be proud of yourself spiritually and for your parents to see? Okay, we don't think about all the repercussions whenever we're just flying off the handle, or we are retaliating, or we're attacking, or we're doing whatever we feel like. The way that social media works now is you have to restrain yourself from when you have a moment. I know better than anybody what it's like to be talked about in a negative way. I've had the ugliest things said about me that one person could have said about them. But I know the truth and the difference. And me getting on that keyboard and blasting everybody that didn't like my haircut last time, or the shirt that I was wearing, or the way my horse turned his first barrel, if I spent all of my time trying to retaliate and fight with somebody who didn't like the way that I did something, I wouldn't be able to have time to do anything. I wouldn't have time to live. What we can do when we have a position where we are a role model is we can fight the good fight. We can do good things. We can look to the bright side, we can look to the positivity, and we can not sink to other people's levels. We get to make the decision on how we present ourselves and how we allow other people to present themselves to us. But the first thing we want to do is have respect for ourselves and respect for everyone else. Respect is something that you should give to every person that you meet. You should give them your respect, and then how you continue your relationship depends on how they treat you. You should always lead with respect. You know, that's the way that goes. You don't sit back and wait to see if somebody's going to be all nice to you or respectful to you, and then you decide how you're going to react to them. That's not the way it works. Faith works the same way. You know, anybody can say, I'll tell you what, God, I'm going fishing. You put a 30-pound blue cat on my trot line today, and I'm going to believe in you forever, and I'll preach on Sunday and testify. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You have faith, you work hard, you reap the rewards. You're a hood rat or a thug, you reap the rewards. Now, if you're a positive, respectful young woman, and you present yourself that way, and you're not met with the same energy flow back, delete. It's that simple. It's the easiest way to deal with people who are hateful or bullying or anything else. Boom. But what we don't do is let somebody else dictate how we act. We are always coming from a place of appreciation, respect, love, and happiness. That's who we are. That's what we do.
And I wanted to add something. There is in school right now. JC's class it's 7th and 8th graders.
Mm-hmm.
Our class we have this thing called Gear Up, and it's basically helping us like prepare for college and like shape our lives right and get everything like good.
Okay.
So you'll have like a good successful life.
Okay.
A book we're reading right now is called the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens.
Okay.
And there's the biggest thing in it right now that where we are, at least my class, I don't know about JC's, but it's called proactive and reactive responses.
Okay.
It's like if you're walking, one of them was like something like if you're walking down the hallway and someone like runs into you and doesn't say excuse me or tells you to get out of the way when it wasn't your fault.
Okay.
You can either be reactive and do the first thing that comes to mind, or you can stop and like take a moment to think
Okay.
and be proactive,
Okay.
which is the good response.
Okay. I think that sounds great. That's a great course to teach in school. Because if we don't, a lot of times, if we don't learn that at home, we don't learn it. And it's just, growing up is like anything else. You can't miss a step. You have to learn all the steps. You learn all the steps, and you learn how to have a healthy, prosperous life after that. Does that make sense? So that's how we're going to handle social media and ourselves. Always take a breath and decide. You know, my favorite saying that I love to say all the time is never pass up the opportunity to shut your mouth. Never pass up the opportunity to shut your mouth. Just don't talk. You don't have to be reactive, like you just said. You don't have to be like that. Okay? What you can do is choose to have a little bit of class and a little bit of elegance and a little bit of poise, and always come from that place. You know, she told me I ride like crap. But instead of me saying, yeah, your mom's fat too, I hate you, I'm going to think, you know what? She's entitled to her opinion to think I ride like crap. But fortunately, I got this cool Son of Corona cartel that's going to help me not ride like crap. Go me! See how you can turn that around and be positive with that? That's exactly how you can use that. You don't have to let people. Nobody needs that. Okay, that's all for this episode right now. We're gonna work on a few more things, and we'll come back and catch you on our next episode of LG Legacy Project.